Hi, I'm Teresa Clancy. You can call me Terry. I am a wills and estate planning attorney, and I have created this video series to help you get motivated and move estate planning from your to-do list to your completed list. In this video, I am going to talk about guardianship designations. What is it and why should you do it? And how do you go about doing it? So what a guardianship designation is a legal way to identify who you as the parent of a minor child believe would be the best parent substitute for you if something were to happen to you. So that parent substitute is identified as a guardian, and that provision is usually included in a will. So that's what it is. Why should you do it? Well, that seems a little obvious that you as the parent know your child best and you know the people in your life the best, and you would be the perfect person to identify who would be the best parent substitute for your child. But it is a hard decision to make. Even in theory, you think about your family and perhaps you have some relatives or some friends who already have kids, but then adding your kids onto their already burden seems like a burden they shouldn't have to encounter. Or perhaps you have family members that chose not to have kids, and having them be the guardians changes a lifestyle that they had not chosen for themselves. Or perhaps relatives that are older and you feel like they would just not be the right perfect person for your kids as they were teenagers, even though they're only 3 years old right now. And so you're right, in theory, it's a tough decision. And frankly, it's probably part of the reason why my husband and I didn't move forward and create wills back when our kids were much younger. But you know what? We regret it. We should have. I mean, we're lucky we rolled the dice and things worked out okay, but what happens if they hadn't? What happens if they hadn't and our kids found out that their parents never took the time to make that decision and choose guardians for them? They wouldn't feel so good about that. Or what happens with relatives who are forced to make that decision that we as parents should have made, and they either live with a situation where there are fights among the family or a situation where they didn't choose the right guardian and they regret that. So you don't want to put that choice on your family, but still, it's a hard choice to make. So what do you do in order to make that choice? And what I think you can do is just plan for the next 3 to 5 years. Knowing who your kids are, knowing who your relatives and friends are, who would make the best guardians if something were to happen to you in the next 3 to 5 years. And then add a couple backups in case things don't work out and those relatives somehow couldn't move forward, or those friends in the first position couldn't move forward. Then there are people who are backed up that you've chosen and can just move into that role. And then in the next 5 years, re-examine those choices. And if things are great, well, let it roll and don't change your will. But if things have changed in your kids' lives, in your potential guardians' lives, you can change things. And this way, you're doing yourself a favor, because now you're not constantly feeling guilty that you didn't make those choices and put them into a document that could be used in case something went sideways. So create that estate plan that includes a will with guardianship designations. If you are persuaded and ready to do it, contact me. If not, perhaps watch some other videos that talk about different documents in an estate plan to help persuade you to move forward and get estate planning off of your to-do list. Well, until the next video, see ya.